Hey guys, Ellie here. Today, it is a very beautiful Friday. As a matter of fact, extra emphasis on the beautiful part because I don't know how well you can tell, but the sun is not shining super terribly bright. I don't feel like I'm in a furnace as I walk around outside like I normally do on most days. It's a little bit cooler, a little more of a breeze than most days that we've had recently. And so I'm really grateful and appreciative of that, no question. A lot of clouds probably blocking a great deal of the sun's heat and brightness. Not even wearing sunglasses out here shows you how unbright it is. I don't think it's an actual word, but you know what I mean. The lack of brightness out here. Anyways, today's video is going to be a little bit different than my usual videos. I mean, not terribly different, but Hero's TTing right now. Can't believe I'm recording that. I usually don't record little TT episodes that our pets have. But today's video is going to be what I like to call a general wellness check. I don't have any specific subjects or topics to really discuss or go over today. So let's just go around. Let's just go ahead and record all that we see. We can check in on Sadie, we can check in on Tilly, we can check in on the donkeys, we can check in on all the animals. Let's go around and see what they're up to today and see if there's anything that needs to be improved, anything that we could make even better for them, or if they're doing perfect and we just shouldn't fix what isn't broken. Let's start with Sadie. So first of all, Sadie is in the barn dominium. That's where my dad and Jamie decided she would stay. Let's see if she's torn the place up. There's Sadie. Hey, baby. Didn't eat a whole lot of your food. Didn't drink a whole lot of water overnight. Can't blame you, though. You just got fixed. Probably the last thing on your mind with all those drugs in your system is, you know what I mean? Probably the last thing on your mind is eating and drinking. Poor Chia wants to come in the barn dominium and hang out. Little baby Hero wants to come in too. Oh no, he found his bottle, guys. Oh gosh. It's empty, as you can tell. He drinks every ounce of it every time we feed him. Oh goodness. You're a good girl, Sadie. I don't want you to be in here too long, but as you know, it is necessary for just a short period. She didn't tear anything up. I don't even see anywhere she used the bathroom necessarily. Carpet is a tiny bit dirty, but that's to be expected when you have the outdoor dog there. All the cushions and stuff look good. So she did not completely tear this place apart like I expected. Good on you, baby girl. I think we probably need another 24 hours or so in the barn dominium because, guys, with her stitches and her suture, you cannot risk it getting wet even in the slightest. And so it's of utmost importance, or else they'll have to start from square one. And I don't know if my dad or Jamie mentioned this in their videos, but the vet actually called us and told us that Sadie had a little bit of excess bleeding in her right ovary when the procedure was done. So he's got to be a little extra careful about that. Nothing fatal, nothing terrible, but they did have to reopen her up and re-sew it. So all the more reason to be extra careful. Better safe than sorry, you know what I mean? But we'll keep a close eye on her. She's doing good. I've been instructed to keep an eye out on her gums too. Her gums, obviously a dog's gums are supposed to be pinkish, and you gotta make sure they stay that way. Make sure they don't turn whitish. Otherwise that could mean there's different problems. So if you'll let me, baby, can I have a look at your gums? I think we're looking good. I didn't get a super close look. I probably can look later, but it looked pinkish to me. It didn't look white. So our Sadie check is good. Good girl, good baby. All right, ladies and gentlemen, next up, let's check on Sadie's counterparts that live in the pond pasture. Open that gate. Chia's gonna barge in. Hero, I'm probably gonna sneak in too. Yep, that's fine though. I'll be watching them. And the animals here are always doing good. Since the donkeys have a little bit less grass to... I don't need to lock that gate. Since the donkeys have a little bit less grass in here than they normally would, I've been supplementing them extra with piles of the same feed the cows eat, just so they have a little bit of extra nourishment on a day-to-day basis. I'm gonna go over to where they're at right now, and I'm gonna see specifically just how low the grass is. I know that Meg kind of pointed out to me that the grass is getting really low in all areas, and so she's concerned that they're not getting enough of it, and I think she may be right. We may have to find a different situation, such as letting them into the littles area for different parts of the day. Maybe we just open that gate entirely and just hope that now that Sadie isn't liking heat anymore, maybe she'll come around with the alpacas and with the other animals. We still got a few spots of high grass right here, not terribly high, but like a good amount for them to eat off of. But in general though, you can see the grass is getting really low. They're going through it quickly. So I think Meg is right. We might need to figure something out for them. Hey, Dan. Yeah, they're trying to find every little ounce of every little ounce of high grass they can find, and I can. Okay, well, we're back. Turns out that OLE didn't charge his phone overnight, so my phone actually ran out of battery mid-sentence last time I was out here. It's about 1 hour later. We're back. The donkeys have changed sides. They're on the right side now instead of the left like they were before. Where was I, though? I was talking about the grass and about how it's very low in this pasture because there's not a lot of it, and donkeys, they eat a lot of grass in a given day. I felt kind of bad actually, because after Meg kind of pointed out her concerns to me, I know my dad noticed the same thing as well. They got a little bit of higher grass right here, but they are running low. They're having to find like little quadrants, little corners in the middle of nowhere to get good grass to eat. The vast majority of it is getting really, really low. And some of that is because they're in a small pasture, but a lot of it is also the time of year. The grass doesn't grow nearly as frequently in the summer because of how hot it gets in Texas and because it doesn't rain for a really long time. I can't tell you the last time we had rain. So whatever grass you have whenever the heat really starts, it's just gonna get lower and lower and lower until summer's over. We got about 2 more months of this, all of July, all of August, and then eventually the temperature will start to lower. We'll start to get rains and the grass will be able to grow frequently again. But this actually probably is the worst time of the year for the donkeys to be in a pasture that doesn't have a lot of grass. I don't know though. As far as solutions for them, we could open up the gate, let them go with the littles for periods of the day, have them come back here at night perhaps to be with Sadie. We could even just leave the gate open at all times and just hope that naturally Sadie will start to make peace with the alpacas, because she already seems to be fine with every other animal. I don't know though. Y'all let me know in the comments what kind of ideas y'all have. He's finding some good grass right there. He's working. They probably got about a week left of grass before they're entirely out, so we'll definitely figure out a plan well before then. Hi, Imogene. Just sweet girl. Are you visiting the pet cemetery? You saying hi to Mama Meg? Saying hi to Journey and all of the pets that are buried here? I know that you had a relationship with every single one of them because you've been with us since the beginning. The sanctuary is named after you, after all. I actually, off the top of my head, don't know who all's buried here. We got Roland. What does that say? Nanny goat? What's this one? It's Adam or Steve. Aw. I was sad when I found out about that. Well, obviously all of them are sad, but I think Adam or Steve was actually the first animal that the sanctuary lost after I really became a part of it. I never understood the loss of an animal before that. I can't see all the names, but I guess Imogen was paying her visits to our fallen heroes from before. Oh yeah, the pigs. Pigs don't do anything during this time of day. They sit there and lay. They got it for their own survival. They just lay sheltered, lay in the cool. They take care of themselves the best they can. But this is the best possible place for them to be in the summer, is in the pond pasture, because they can go lay in that pond any time of the day to get nice, refreshing water all over their bodies. And they drink it too. I also, speaking of that, I need to go check on the donkey's water. You would think that with a whole big old pond of water, how could the donkeys ever get thirsty? But the fact of the matter is that donkeys only like fresh water. They won't drink nasty pond water. They're a little more prissy, a little more picky than the rest of the animals. Our water's running a little bit low. It's still cool. The temperature's still good, but I'm gonna go ahead and fill it real fast. Go ahead and fill that water up just so they can have a nice topped off bucket of water. Sadie even drinks out of the pond, but the donkeys are the only ones that don't. So that's another reason that it's hard for them being in here, is that limited grass and then that one bucket of water, which is why actually later I'm gonna go to Tractor Supply and get them a few more buckets of water. Just it'll be good to have in this area. It'll just be good to, you can never have too much water, you know what I mean? Turn on our hose. Here's our water source. Crazy part is the water is actually like really hot to the point where it'll burn your hands whenever it's been out for a while at this time of day. A lot of you probably live in places where the water doesn't even get hot, like in the hottest part of the year, sort of a thing. Well, you can make hot water if you turn on the hot water valve. You know what I mean, though? Just like leaving your hose outside won't make the water suddenly get hot. But right now, like, if I'm scared to touch it with my finger because it might be hot. All right, it's cooled off now, but you always got to give it a second. All right, guys, I'm going to fill the water. I'm not going to subject y'all to watch this the entire time, but I'm going to fill this water, and then we'll move on to some other animals. Well, looky here, guys. Look who we got today. Just who I was thinking about. We get a lot of comments. I get comments on every single video, in fact, asking about how Tilly's doing. When is she going to have her babies? Contractions, tail sticking down, any sort of those signs. And I mean, this right here, I'm putting her on camera so you can see for yourself. Teats are growing a bit, as you can see down there. Tail still up though, so I think we're getting closer. She's getting bigger. She looks really big. I know Meg is very worried about her because obviously she's a tiny little goat and a big old bower is what bred her. So she's worried she's gonna have to push out a humongous baby. Maybe my mom should give her some tips, because I was 9 pounds or so when I was born. I was humongous. I was actually bigger than Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq was like 7 pounds when he was born. So my mom had a harder time than Shaq's mother giving birth to me. I feel really bad. But to be honest, it's really out of my control, obviously. But no, in any case, probably big old babies in there. And so we're worried about how she's going to push those out, or if she'll need help. So that's all the more reason we're just being cautious and careful, keeping a really close eye on her, you know. Right here we got a few of my favorites. We got Mama Turkey, Mama Duck, and the 4 ducklings. I will never get over just how amazing it is that those 4 ducklings imprinted on this Mama Turkey just as much as their biological mother. I mean, come on, like, if that isn't spoiled, I don't know what is. Who gets to walk around and have 2 moms taking care of them? That is spoiled. They probably get the best home-cooked meals. They get the best care in the world. That is just impeccable. Oh. All right, he was scaring me the way he was laying, but he's fine. These are some spoiled babies right here. Look how big they're growing. They're kind of like that dinosaur duck. Remember that dino duck? I forgot his name. Who had that? Thelma had that one baby. I forgot his name, that big dino duck. They're starting to kind of look like them. They're starting to kind of look like those dino ducks, guys. But they're doing well. I would go back and watch the videos about them if you haven't seen them already. Basically, I don't know why. That obviously that mama duck, for those of you that don't know, had a bunch of eggs, and I guess she couldn't lay on them, so this turkey started laying on the eggs with her. And when the ducklings hatched, they attached to both of them as their mom, so they got an actual turkey as one of their parents. Two females. One's a duck, one's their actual mom, and one's a turkey that they view just as much as a mom as any other. The littles are just chilling. They're just hanging out in there. You got to stay cool when it's so hot outside. During that break that I took, when my phone died, the sun really did come out, unfortunately. Annie and Indy chilling, hanging out. Yeah, you can just probably tell it's much brighter when you look at the sky than it was when I started the video. But alrighty, guys. There are other animals here. There's cows, there's longhorns, there's Meg's chickens over there, her hey, her Polish chickens. We got our beautiful inside pets. And so I could go around and show you all those animals, but one thing that I like to do is I don't want to step on Megan's toes or my dad's toes. I want to allow them to be able to have the first dibs and make all the best videos about their pets, because my dad, it's no secret, he's kind of in charge of the longhorns, and Megan's obviously like sort of in charge of her animals. Obviously we help each other with all the animals. It's like a collaborative team effort. We're a family after all. It's a family thing, you know. But at the same time, there's some animals that are just understood that, like, okay, that's more Ellie's animal, like Hero and Sadie. It's more like my kind of animal. And then Meg's are like the Polish chickens, and then the, you know, different things like that. The chickens in general, for that matter. And then my dad kind of has the most authority with the longhorns. So I like to allow my dad to have as much content as possible when it comes to the longhorns, and Meg when it comes to her animals. And also another bonus is that it gives an incentive for you guys that want to see those animals to go to their pages and watch the videos. So if you want to see longhorn videos, go follow my dad at I'm a Survivor Sanctuary or Longhorn Lester. Or if you want to see Megan's animal, her Polish chickens, and some of the new additions that we've gotten recently, you go follow my beautiful fiance at Made by Megan on YouTube. No spaces. But alrighty, guys, with that said, I hope y'all enjoyed this wellness check. Everything seems to be good. The donkeys is really the one that we got to think about going forward. And then as far as Tilly is just being ready at any given moment. Y'all be sure to let me know in the comments what kind of stuff you guys want to see. Hope you all have an incredibly blessed day. And as I always say, your boy Ellie out.